Hey everybody! Welcome to the Downtown Roundtable. It is October 7th, 2014. I'm Andrea Lapomi. I own Feetish Spa Parlor at Emergency Arts at Fremont Street and 6th Street. And I'm here with Mike Dobez. He's from Dobez Designz. He makes amazing recycled copper jewelry. And we have a lot to talk about with Mike today. Hey Mike!
Hi Andrea, how are you today?
I'm great now that I'm talking to you. Because everybody should know you are no longer my neighbor at Emergency Arts, and I miss you.
Well, we miss you too. It's me, remember me and Jamie with Dobez Designz, and we moved. We told you last month we'd have a big announcement to make, and actually we had left Emergency Arts and went down to the 18B Arts District, and we're at a place called Unhinged, which is on 1017 South 1st Street in the Art Square. Right there. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
That's them right there. Like I said, 1017 South 1st Street. They're right between Mingo's and Artifice. It's a co-op, actually, so we went from working 6 days a week to only having to work about 1 day a week, unless we're filling in for people. So it's really, really good. And our first week was last week. First Friday went fabulous. I stood out in the street and did our first Friday with our old booth, and Jamie stayed in the store with Barbara, one of the other co-op members. Did pretty well in there. Did really good out in the street with our booth, and we're in the pure green area, which is an area only for recycled and repurposed items. As you know, all of our metals are all recycled, and we find a lot of our own stone and repurpose a lot of things to make our jewelry. So that's why we were invited to this space. I think it's going to be really good and profitable as well. I really, really enjoyed myself there, so I really can't go wrong with it. I love the face-to-face when there's 20,000 people to talk to.
Nice. And so tell me, where exactly was this green area at First Friday?
Well, that's a monthly event. It's going to be there for, the next undetermined amount of time on First Fridays, and it is on 1st Street and California. California Street being the cross street. It's right there, and they have a stage at the end of the street, at the Main Street end of the street, and they have music bands playing. And this last week they had skateboarders going on, and fun to watch them. I got to ride one of their longboards, saw a really good fist fight. You can't go wrong. I had a really good time.
Nice. Did you have to stay there late to see the fist fight, or was it an early fist fight?
It was a good prime time, 9 p.m. fist fight, so that was a good one, yeah.
Can't beat it. That's perfect.
It seemed to be one of them long-standing personal bouts between two of the skateboarders, but it was still pretty fun anyway, so it's always good to see a nice fight. And it was a wuss fight. By the time the cops got there, they both ran off, so...
So were you there on Preview Thursday as well, Mike?
Preview Thursday actually was really fun too. They had an event there celebrating 12 years of First Friday, and they had artist renditions of all the important people who made that happen, such as Cindy Funkhauser and Marlene Reed and Dana Satterwhite and Marty Walsh and a bunch of other people whose names I'm going to forget, and I apologize for that. But it was really, and Jennifer Cornthwaite was on there as well, one of the First Friday ramrods there, and it actually went really, really well. It was really neat, and got to see the art and meet all kinds of new artists. Though I did enjoy my time, and it was very beneficial being on Fremont Street. I think being immersed in the 18B Arts District is going to be a lot better for us, both creatively and professionally. Just got the word.
Well, we miss you in the building, but I totally understand from a retail standpoint. It sounds like you have a really good setup now, so I'm very happy for you and Jamie.
Well, I'm glad you came to visit, because you came to visit us on Preview Thursday. Was that Thursday or was that before?
It was Thursday, yeah.
That was Thursday, yes. It was really great to see you, and adorable as always.
Oh, I thank you.
Yes, indeed. Any other goings on with you? You want to get with her?
No, everything at Feetish Spa Parlor is good, and I've been doing facials and body treatments and manicures and pedicures, and the same old, but in a good way. Things are busy in a good way, so I'm very happy. I'm happy in my space at Emergency Arts on the 2nd floor.
Tell me, is there any other major career changes for you, perhaps, coming up soon?
Oh yeah, I'm glad you asked. I just put in my notice. Okay, so for anyone who hasn't heard the story, and this is very abbreviated, very vague version of the story. Ever since I moved to Las Vegas in 2007, I have been a massage therapist at a few different resort spas in town. And actually my entire working life, so from age 15, and I'm 36 now, so for over 20 years, I've always worked for somebody else, even when I've had my own thing going, like even when I started Feetish or whatnot. So this past Saturday, I put in my notice to quit the last remaining 1 day a week job that I had been working at a Vegas resort, working for someone else. So I typed up an email to send to my manager. I hesitated for at least 5 minutes before I hit the send button.
All 5 minutes.
Like at least 5 minutes, because that's like a huge deal to me. I don't know if anyone else out there thinks that that's a big deal, but for me it was personally, because you're like, wow, like 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be 100% self-employed for the first time in my life.
Well, I know what you mean. It's like when I retired, and I had Jamie, my wife, behind me, yelling, "Jump, jump, jump, jump!" It's really hard to stay on board when you got telling you to go ahead and jump out and pull the ripcord. And we're really glad you did it, because I think supporting yourself is probably a better idea. I think no one can promote you and bring your business forward better than you.
Yeah, it's true, and it's interesting. I'm reading this book by Seth Godin. Have you ever read any of Seth Godin's his blog or any of his books, Mike?
Comic book?
No. I wish it was a
Never
comic.
heard of him then.
No, he writes marketing books, but they're really interesting. And his blog at sethgodin.com is a really, really good blog for anyone who has to market, quite frankly, anything. I'm reading this book called The Dip that my friend Jackie recommended, and it goes into identifying when you should quit something in a good way so that you can concentrate your efforts toward projects that are going to benefit you more in the long run, rather than staying in something that is like a dead-end job or something like that. So just wanted to mention that because I'm most of the way through the book, and it's really good, and it's just interesting. I happened to be reading it when I decided to put in my notice. So.
Well, I'm incredibly dyslexic when it comes to reading, in all seriousness, so reading is very, very difficult for me. I've been reading Principles of Tribal Leadership by a guy named David Logan for about 6 months now. I'm about halfway through it because I really have to sit back and study and repeat everything to actually absorb it and all that. But I get my marketing both by more like advice and like I said, blogs or catchphrases work for me well too. And I told you this many times, Andrea, you fail at something you don't like to do. So why don't you just go for it? And Wendy's will always be waiting for you if you want to go back.
Yes, and I hear your voice in my head saying that every so often. So
jump,
yeah,
jump, jump.
Jumped. I'm flying through the air. I've jumped.
Well, I think you're floating on your parachute safely right now.
This is true. They're actually fairy wings, but close enough.
Just as good.
Hey, so not to change the subject, but you mentioned there is a Blinking Man event coming up. Speaking of fairy wings.
Yes. Blinking Man, this is the second one I've been to. It's a bike parade they have downtown in downtown Las Vegas. It starts at Maryland Parkway and Charleston at the old Huntridge Tavern. Everybody gathers there, and it's about a 5-mile ride that goes in little 1 to 1.5 mile little sections, and then they stop and have like a pub crawl, or you meet up at food trucks, things such as that. It's a whole lot of fun. The only requirement is you have to be 21 years of age, have ID, bring some money for the food trucks and bars, and have a bicycle that has lights on it. So I got the Green Bastard totally decked out this time with more lights than I can almost think I can carry. So it's going to look good. I will have video, of course.
Awesome.
Got my friend Steve coming with me the first time on something like this. He's a photographer, so he wants to come along and check out the different things and have fun with that as well. So got a few more friends coming from the boxing gym I go to. So I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Last time I had a really great time. It's a perfect time of year. It was in spring last time. It's in fall this time of year. It ended up at the Atomic Liquor over on Fremont Street, and met a lot of new friends and saw a lot of old ones too. So I wish Andrea would come, but she won't.
Well, I don't drink, so I think most of its charm is lost on me.
It's fun watching drunk chicks on bicycles in various states of dress too. That's, just more of the artistic side of me coming out,
I'll leave them to you then.
Excellent.
So other Fremont Street goings on. I, of course, am very excited about the Las Vegas Halloween Parade that is going to be held on Halloween night. I attended last year and the year before, and I can only say the best things about it. It's so much fun, and everybody should dress up in costume, and whether you actually march down Fremont Street in the parade or you sit on, well, they had bleachers one year. I don't know if they have bleachers every year, but even if you just watch the parade, it's so awesome. They have art cars from Burning Man. They have people like spinning fiery things, and people go all out on their costumes. It's amazing. I think they had a lot of people on both years that I've seen it. They had a lot of people on bikes then too, Mike.
Yes, they do have a big crowd of bicyclists, and I'm, of course, going to be involved in that too. My bicycle will be decked out with my lights, but I'm going to be dressed up as a crabby old man who doesn't like Halloween. So I pulled it off last year, so I think I'm going to try it again.
I looked for that costume. It was all sold out, though.
Well, it's easier when you make it yourself. Just go to the closet and pick a few things. It's easy.
Well, I've decided I'm going to be a very impractical Catwoman wearing shiny corsetry and probably other things that make way too much noise for successful cat burglary. But whatever.
So pretty much you're going to basically dress regular but have some of those cat ears on.
This is true.
Pretty much, Okay, good.
Yeah, and a
I
whip.
like that outfit.
But you can, if you want to walk in the Halloween parade, you can meet at 6 p.m. You can meet everybody down at 13th Street in Fremont on Halloween night. The parade starts at 7, and the festivities go for hours. So
it's a Friday night this year.
What?
It's a Friday night this year, so it'll probably go on for 3 days.
You're probably right, and that's fantastic. So nobody has any excuses because it's at the very least going to go into the wee hours of the morning and possibly last for 3 days, according to Mike. So even crabby old men should be there, Mike.
I'm there.
Some other new stuff.
We got new cards. We got our printing all done. I don't have a picture of it. We got the window signs put on our car, and we also got our new Dobez Designz with the new logo we got from Mr. Dana Satterwhite. Can you see that?
Yeah, nice. I can see. Oh, it looks like the Dobez shows up really, really well on my webcam, but the Designz is a little bit light. So it says Dobez Designz, and then what does it say at the bottom?
It says art, jewelry, and love.
Aww. That's great.
And it's got a lot of information on the back, but you can get all the same information at dobezdesignz.com. D-O-B-E, take two. DOBEZDESIGNZ.com. dobezdesignz.com. See about all of our new things going on. And let's say other new things. I got an earring. See my earring?
Love it.
Got my earring. I looked all over. I went to the mall, and half the people in the mall don't do earrings anymore. So I ended up going to one of the diversity tattoo shops, and 20 minutes, $20, went out with an earring. So. And
I remember back in the day, like going to the mall, going to Piercing Pagoda, where I got my ears pierced. I think I was in 2nd grade. They don't do that anymore at the mall?
The two places I went to didn't do it anymore. I first got mine done in 1985 at Merle Norman. I let it grow over a
Oh.
couple of times, so this time I'm going to try not to let it grow over because I should be wearing my own jewelry. As the saying goes, the Cadillac salesman should be driving a Cadillac.
Good point. Speaking of your jewelry, okay, so I want to make sure everybody understands the difference between the jewelry that you have at Unhinged and the jewelry that you have at your booth on First Friday. Can you explain to me and anybody else who's not quite clear? Because you guys do so much. Jamie does a lot of gemstones and silver stuff, and she does steampunk stuff, and then you do mostly your recycled copper stuff. So what's the difference between Unhinged and the stuff you have at your First Friday booth?
For the most part, the real difference is where it's located. We don't have our full line at Unhinged, but we can take just about anything, any product we have, we can sell it Unhinged. So it's the same stuff. Since most of our stuff is completely innovative and one of a kind, you really can't have them. We have kind of repeat stocks in both, a little bit of everything in both sides. So some stuff you may see end up Unhinged, or either way, it's kind of the same stuff in a different spot. Only thing we don't sell at Unhinged, since they already have a artist there doing the recycled bullet jewelry. Only thing we don't sell is the recycled bullet jewelry. Like, if you can see this one, there you go.
Yep.
That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah,
those are
that's
ear
great.
posts that I'm going to be wearing as soon as my earring sets. Otherwise, our full line is available there at Unhinged or at the First Friday. We kind of mix the stock, that way we can keep things fresh and all that. And it is good that we're going to be in the exact same spot at First Friday every week, because that way you have the consistency of people coming back, and I already have people saying they're going to come back. And we're also working on a new project, which I really can't quite divulge, but next month I actually will tell you a little more about that. In fact, I'll tell you all about it then. We're in the preliminary stages of preliminary planning.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't even know what you're talking about, so I'm pretty excited to hear about this too.
I might have mentioned it casually, but I know you're sworn to secrecy, so.
I'm also very forgetful, so there's that.
Can't go wrong with that.
I'm trustworthy because the second you tell me, I forget about it.
Off it goes.
What?
I said, off it goes.
That's right. Off it goes. Let me ask you, since we're talking about Halloween and we're talking about jewelry, I happen to be wearing some Dobez Designz skull earrings that Jamie Dobez made for me. If somebody wanted to buy some skull jewelry now, do you guys have that at Unhinged right now, or should they contact you personally to procure some skull earrings or perhaps a skull necklace or two?
We have some of them on our website, a few, but actually starting tomorrow we're going to be setting up the sugar skulls and the skull earrings at Unhinged. We're going to have them there. We worked on our earring display today, since we're actually first kind of opening there. We hadn't have any earrings up there at all, so our earring display is going to start tomorrow. And if you want, I'll grab a couple. Are you waiting?
I'm waiting for you.
One minute. Hold on.
Take your time. Google Hangouts can last for up to 8 hours. You're fine.
Wow, that's a long time.
I know.
These are the only ones I have really handy with me right now, if you can get a good look at those. These are copper. Let me back up a little bit. These are nice copper skulls, and then Jamie hand paints many of them. Those are on hooks, but we have posts as well. Oh, yeah. We have posts as well, so that's all I could find right off right now. But yes, we'll have a whole full selection of, they call them sugar skulls, the Day of the Dead, and we're going to have several dozen of them there starting tomorrow. And hours there are from noon to 8, from Tuesday to Sunday, excuse me.
Tuesday to Sunday, open from noon to 8, and you heard it here first, folks. Tomorrow,
premiere the sugar skulls.
Sugar skull earrings out for sale. And do you guys have any of your steampunk stuff there in case anyone needs any Halloween steampunk accessorizing?
We certainly do. We have the steampunk hats, about 5 varieties of the steampunk hats there, and Jamie's making a lot more of them right now. She's just got some hats that she's reblocking to match up with her steampunk stuff, so we'll have a good selection of that there as well.
Awesome. Very cool. I'm glad you guys are doing that because you don't see a lot of it. You don't see a lot of handmade steampunk stuff. I mean, if I go to the Halloween store, they've got plastic goggles for as far as the eye can see, but they don't have cool stuff that looks like it was actually custom made. So I'm glad somebody in town is taking care of that.
Well, for people who want, I don't know if genuine's the right word, but a little more realistic kind of items, because most of the stuff we see the people wear is actually just the plastic stuff, but we're hoping to get a little more of the jewelry line out there. She has the goggles mounted on a lot of the hats, so they're a lot of fun.
Very cool. So, I mean, Halloween is my priority, quite frankly, not just in October, but throughout the fall months. So we already talked about the parade. You already know I'm going to be Catwoman. We talked about skull jewelry. What else is going on? Do we have anything else to discuss?
No. I got these cool dinosaurs. You see my dinosaurs? We have the dinosaurs on our logo, and these are our dinosaurs. These are our little mascot dinosaurs. Aren't they cool?
They're awesome. Oh, they're making out. That's adorable.
No, they're just nose to nose. They're not. They're just friends.
Oh, okay. All right. Because they do look like twins. That would be a little bit incestuous.
Yeah, that's a little bit too. And actually, on all of our online orders now, I got these little plastic dinosaurs that were. I put a little plastic dinosaur in with every order when you order from Amazon.com or DobezDesignz.com.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I know.
I love that.
What else? I showed you my new pipe yet? My new pipe. I got my new pipe that matches my bicycle.
Oh, it matches your bike. Perfect. And you bought sunglasses the other day at Kappa Toys at Container Park.
I got those green ones, yeah, but I also got these real cool ones here. I got these ones. Because you see the glasses I always wear, so you know I got these ones here that are really cool. Look at that. Keep the look going when the sun's out, and then you can read like that. Huh? Isn't that cool? Look at that. Huh? I got those. So I know it's hard to imagine. Like, how do I get cooler every day? I don't know how I do it.
Somehow you manage.
Hold on, blind. Better.
Oh, well, it was so good to see you and chat with you and catch up and talk about new stuff, because you've had a lot. The last 30 days have been very busy days for you and Jamie, so it's nice to see.
Very busy. We're changing to our home workshops and got all of our business licenses all changed over and redone, and it's amazing how you take a 9x9 foot workshop and take it to your house, and it takes up half your garage and 2 bedrooms. We're kind of trying to reconcentrate that stuff a little bit. But it's working out pretty well. We're going to get a lot more. We can see a lot more of each other now. We're only going to work like 1.5 days a week, so I actually get to see Jamie. We're going to go do stuff and spend time together and actually seem like we're retired from our jobs instead of working more now since before we stopped working.
I like it. That seems so logical. Huh.
And yet so elusive.
Right.
Makes you think, doesn't it? I can
yeah,
see
it
your
does.
thinking. I can see your thinking.
Yeah.
Mention your website and your business and your location again.
What?
Mention your website, your location, your business, all that information everyone needs.
So, Feetish Spa Parlor, 2nd floor of Emergency Arts at Fremont Street and 6th Street, feetishspa.com. I'll put a link in the text below this video. I'll also include Dobez Designz website. And I think that's it. I think it's been another wonderful downtown roundtable conversation with you, Mr. Dobez. Thank you so much.
Well, I also think you should mention your new revised hours, my dear.
Oh, that I'm working by appointment?
Let's hear it. What days would that be?
Monday through Saturday, you can book by appointment. Don't come by thinking I'm just going to be sitting there waiting for you, because
she's way busy.
Booking by appointment has been a good thing, because it allows me to be more flexible with my schedule, which allows me to accommodate more of you wonderful people. So call me if you need me, text me, email, book online. You can book online at feetishspa.com, and you can look at my availability without even having to talk to me, which, some people probably appreciate.
Okay, and of course, once again, we are working now out of Unhinged Indie Art and Fashion. It's on 1017 South 1st Street in Las Vegas. It's in the Art District, around the corner of 1st Street in Charleston. Someone's there from noon to 8 o'clock, from Tuesday to Sunday. We personally were there every Thursday. And tomorrow we're going to go do a special trade day for someone. But we're going to set up our new earrings and a lot of our new product. We'll have a little more product in there all the time. And otherwise, come by and see us, or go to DobezDesigns.com.
Yay! Well, if I don't see, I'll see you. I'll see you, but
you'll see me very soon.
I'll see you very soon. And if I don't see most of you people who are watching this before Halloween, happy Halloween. And we'll do this again soon, right?
About a month.
All right. I love it. All right. Bye, Office Dad.
Bye, OD.